Just so you know, a quick disclaimer, whatever is said in this episode is tentative, meaning it is open to change based on my experience and future knowledge. So I haven't recorded a solo episode in so long, which is so weird because why I started podcasting was to give all of you my opinion. Now, it's not my fault. And I know a lot of people always say this, but we'll get into the story. This episode is about revisiting all my journey from when I started podcasting. But it's not going to be the whole, I started with a phone and a camera. No, we're not doing that. I just want you guys to, it's going to be in form of a narrative, and I hope you learn a thing or two from it basically. So let's get into the episode. Hi guys, my name is Tokumima. So I started podcasting about 3 years ago, and I started podcasting in the weirdest of ways. Yes, I basically started podcasting because I was gisting with my brother, and he said, listening to you is intriguing. Maybe I shouldn't have believed him. This was somebody that liked me. He's my brother, of course. I'm going to sound intriguing to him, but yeah, I believed him because the then me mom was somebody that believed so much in herself. I still believe in myself, definitely, but I don't think I believe in myself as much as I used to believe in myself. Now, when I started podcasting, that was then the time where I said I truly believed in myself. I believed that I could do anything I wanted to do. I believed that the world was not as cruel. Yes, I trusted that if I had actual value to give, then there are definitely people willing to listen to it. I was so audacious, guy. I recorded my first episode on a bike. I didn't release it, of course. What did you take me for? But that was how audacious I was. I legit recorded an episode on a bike. And when I recorded it, I listened to it. I felt like, yeah, we could do this. Now, when I started podcasting was not on the rise as much as it is now, where everybody has a mic, has a phone, has a platform, and everybody is recording and giving podcasts. There were like a few podcasts then, but unlike now that podcasting is everywhere, not a lot of people were podcasting then, which means I was the cool girl. When I tell my friends, I own a podcast, they're like, that's interesting. Some people don't even know what it is about. But then imagine somebody in your age circle having a podcast. A lot of people wanted to jump on the early train and be like, I was part of the journey, which was very sweet. Then I was having plays on my episode and I was feeling fly like, stop it guys. But there also lies the problem. A lot of people wanted to get on the early train, like I said. So people were giving me advice. Do this, you should do that, you should start this, you should do more. Then it was just audio because I had an Android phone, and I would carry my friends, we would settle down and yap about the most basic topics, and it would make sense. I would go to work. I worked then was it when I was working at a wine shop, or both? I was working at a wine shop and I was working at a salon as a manager, but like not at the same time, just months apart. So yeah, I would go to work when I don't have customers. I'm recording episodes, and I don't care how it sounded. I didn't even have edits then. I would just add anchor background noise to it, and we are published, guys. And people were listening and like, I enjoyed this topic and stuff. Now, I knew that there was need for improvement, but the need for improvement and the fact that I had a lot of people advising me. Yes, I'm a critical thinker. But then again, like I said, I didn't know much about podcasting. So I believed almost everybody that was talking to me were telling me the right things. Which is like I said, I don't just want to bombard you guys with my story. We are going to join it with day-to-day activities. Now, this is a lot of people's problem too. Me inclusive, of course. We want to listen to everybody, and sometimes you are smart enough to filter, but the moment you hear something, your subconscious registers these things, and then you don't even know when you start to act on the advice that you be like, I'm not going to take that serious. And you don't know when you start to, the ones that you take at face value, the one that you don't, you just join the both of them together, and before you know it, you are all over the place. Now, I was listening to a lot of advice. After a while, if I don't take some people's advice, I felt like I said, I'm a critical thinker. which has a very thin wall with overthinking. When people give me advice, over time, I feel like, I don't know if that was what was happening, but I felt like if I don't take the advice, these people start withdrawing their support, their compliments, their help, the way they push my work. So I would be like, let me take one of the things they say, so it doesn't look like I'm not listening to them, and then I don't go ahead to lose supporters, basically. So listening to this person, listening to that person, listening to Tom, Dick, Harry, listening to all of them at the same time, I started adding everything, piling it onto this audacious dream that I started. And over time, it didn't completely feel like mine anymore. It felt like what other people wanted me to do. Yes, there is still like a lot of me in it. But if I wanted to podcast as much as I would love to be podcasting, I feel like I would do more solo episodes. Now, this is not to say I don't appreciate my guests. Everybody that has come on my podcast had interesting things to say, and I love you all. This is another way of saying thank you so much for every guest that has come on my podcast. But I'm saying I can have guests and then record solo episode. I've gone months without recording because I didn't find the ideal guest. The formal me would have just gone ahead and recorded it personally. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by I depended so much on what other people were going to bring to my podcast that I was no longer invested in how much I was bringing to the podcast. It was supposed to be conversational, yes, but also I wanted to air my opinion on things. Now, if I relate it to day-to-day life, a lot of us want to take people's advice. We want to make people feel important in the journey of our life, that we don't even know when we start to forget that it is our journey. It becomes more of their journey, because if you look at it, the vision, the mission of whatever you are doing is no longer yours. It is now people's thoughts and opinion, which isn't supposed to be so. I inclusive and the rest of us should be able to learn how to filter advice, take what is best, and look for how it fits into your vision and mission statement of whatever it is you are doing. It can be a business, it can be your personal life. Just learn to be able to decide what you want and what you don't want, regardless of who it is coming from. You get what I'm saying? So another thing I've learned since I started podcasting is, you know, when people tell you, oh, start from wherever, you'll get better. It is not always true. Now, when I started video podcasting, I wasn't ready, because my plan for video podcasting was to do the full video, everything complete, a full YouTube video or whatever. But I didn't have enough gadgets, I didn't have enough instruments, I didn't have enough skills. But because everybody was like, oh, people like to listen to video, people do watch video, people watch video more than they watch audio. It kept on coming, it kept on reoccurring, and then I dived into video podcasting when I wasn't ready. Now, few years down the line, I still don't have the gadgets, and then I can no longer stop what I'm already doing, because who wants to go backward? Regardless of wherever you are, you don't want it to be like you are regressing. Is that the correct English? I guess. So you get what I'm saying. You don't want it to look like you are regressing. So even as much as I know where I want to be, I'm definitely grateful for where I am. I'm definitely grateful for the support that has stayed consistent, which is my manager and my video editor. Ine, you can easily edit this out if I embarrass you too much, but honestly, thank you so much for staying through. She is the one person that when it was on the rise, when it's not on the rise, she has been consistent. There are a lot of few people in the backgrounds too that have always been consistent with the support. But honestly, I'm just thinking about it now, and the bulk of the people that were giving me the advice then, I can't find them again, man. Now it's just me, the advice I've taken, what I'm doing with it, and what I'm putting out there. So there's that. Now, the summary of all the yapping that I've been yapping is, in whatever you are doing, as much as people's opinion, criticism, and all of those matters to help you grow, you should also know that not everybody is criticizing from a place of love. Some people are just criticizing because you are able to do what they are not able to do. Yes, they're able to do what they wish they can do, and then they give you this criticism not from a place of love per se. They just give it to water down your efforts. And for somebody coming at a very early stage, you want to listen to them. You want to take what they say and build on it, because you also don't have the complete experience. And before you know it, you are not off course, but you are not on track either. I don't know what I would do differently, because honestly nobody can say for certain, but I am grateful for everybody that has been a part of this journey. I want guests, guys. I want to gist. Thank you very much, guys, for listening. I hope you learned a thing or two from this episode. Definitely a thing, even if it is not so, but you learned something. So tune in, send to your friends and family, send to anybody that you know that has a dream that wants to start. Tell them to keep believing in themselves. Don't be a mima. You have to learn to live your life for you. Your life should have a mission and vision statement. Trust me. That's basically it. Bye, guys.